Alright, how y'all doing? I've had a weird day. And it's been a really weird day. I don't know how weird? You don't, but I'm going to tell you anyway, because you were daft enough to click this video. My day has been so weird that, just a highlight of what I've heard. Wouldn't it be funny if you were a quadriplegic? Because then I could put leather straps on you and wear you like a backpack. Carry around like a backpack. Rockin'. Yeah, that's been my day. That's been my day. So just understand that I'm in a bit of a what mind space right now. And okay, some people would have been really upset by that. I thought it was quite funny. If you know me personally, you know that I've... I haven't. I've still got my arms and legs, but sometimes I wonder. I've come close to losing them. So, kind of. A leg. Maybe two. And some other bits. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is I want to say how much I love VR. Right? This stuff. This is an Oculus Quest 2 standalone VR headset. It's made by Oculus, Facebook, Meta, whatever they're calling themselves right now. And I like this stuff so much that I'm actually wearing a We Love VR hoodie, right? But why do I love VR? It's not the games. It's not the games. The reason I love VR, and I haven't been in VR a huge amount of time because I've always been a bit worried with VR because I've only got one fully functioning eye, that one. So the idea of stereoscopic 3D doesn't really function properly for me because this eye's bunk. It just doesn't. It's balked. It doesn't function correctly, which is funny because I only really realized how this eye functions through VR. But so I kind of avoided it. I wasn't going to invest in a headset for the longest time until one of my mates, bless him, says to me, I'm going to get a new headset. Do you want mine? Or like, would you like a VR headset? And I was like, well, yeah, sure. But I don't know if it works. So he brings his headset around and he literally gives me an Oculus Rift CV1 headset right there and then. I was like, dude, I can't take this from you. Like, how much do you want for it? And I was like, no, I just have it. Because I was just going to sell it on eBay for, $50 or whatever. And I was like, oh, whatever, $50. So I give him a copy of Half-Life Alyx because he really wanted to play Half-Life Alyx, and that was my introduction to VR, just random into proper VR, like actually jumping into VR. So I was always worried I wouldn't be able to see it, I wouldn't be able to properly enjoy it. My friend gives me a VR headset, and now I own the Rift CV1, two Oculus Quests, an Oculus Quest 2, an HTC Vive Cosmos, and Windows Mixed Reality headset by Dell. So I have a few headsets. I quite got into VR over the last few years. But the bit that hooked me was social VR. I don't care about the games and things like that. They don't really interest me. To me, I don't know if maybe it's just because my eye is screwed, but to me, VR games don't really feel all that much. It's the social experiences I really like. Demio, by the way, fantastic tabletop game to play with friends in VR. Absolutely great. It doesn't need to be a VR experience. If they ever do a flat screen version, standard PC version where you can play with mouse and keyboard, great game to play with friends. But I play that a lot in VR. It's not about the VR-ness of it. It's the socialness of it. I love it because it reminds me of the internet before it got ruined. And I say before it got ruined, it hasn't really been ruined, but it's not how I remember it. So when I was younger, the internet was a magical place where everything was like super low tech. We were all on like 30 some odd K modems, 56K if you were lucky. All dialing up. This is like sometime after BBSs, but We all get in. We're all on these really ranky, like rinky-dink, janky computers, and the interesting thing was, it was a wild west. If you could make it, it could be there. And one of the best things to do on the internet back then, realistically, was chat rooms. You could access chat rooms from all around the world with many, 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 many other people who are lucky enough to also be able to share the experience of the internet with you. But you didn't know who any of these people were. You didn't know where they came from. You didn't know their race, their gender, their sexuality, their like any of that. You didn't know anything because all of these people were just names and text on screen. Anything you had to say was given equal footing with anyone else in whatever chat room that you decided to be in. You'd hop onto IRC and you would just, and you could be in there with like, there could be a 12, 13-year-old child in the same room talking philosophy, physics, whatever, with tenured professor of top university, just happily just sharing ideas. And it was great because we were just text on a screen. I've always loved the idea of being a citizen of the internet. I am not this that you see now. I am the kind of the sum of all of the inner bits, my thoughts and processes are what make me me. And that was all that would show on the internet because this didn't exist on the internet. My face didn't matter, my background didn't matter, where I lived didn't matter. What my parents didn't matter. What I was going to do tomorrow. And like, you could be sat anywhere with access to the internet and you were an equal to everyone else on the internet. And then normies came in and kind of ruined it. They didn't ruin it, just everything changed because then everything became much more bloated because it became much more appealing. I fondly remember the days before, your mum, your dad, your brother, your sister, your cousins, everyone else got on, and it was just like the people who kind of appreciated the technology for the technology. There were trolls still, of course, but there was just something special about it. And then as time went on, it became more. And then it was a place where you'd do your bills, and it was a place where you'd still post like really jank memes, but it was a place before social media, like what is now considered social media, before Web 2.0, before everything was loaded with scripts and tracking scripts and all that kind of stuff. It was a wonderful place to be. Because this didn't factor as much. Now on the internet, there's a lot more of this. There's a lot more kind of imagery on the internet. There's a lot more video on the internet. I'm on it now. I'm doing it now. So I can't really comment like how. I can't say it's changed in a bad way as such. Just the goalposts have changed a little bit, and that's where I find this interesting, because if you go into social VR chat, Rec Room not as much, but VR chat especially, VR chat is interesting in that whilst, yeah, you've got voice now, this, again, doesn't matter. People around the age of 20, like 25, like the late teens to 25, and now experiencing what I did when I was in my teens on the early days of on IRC and stuff. In VR, the people with the same mindset, they are not the person they are outside of this headset. They can be someone completely new if they want to be. They can be calm, cool, confident. A 17-year-old girl can be a 9-foot goat with a 3-foot dick if she wants to be. You can be anything you want to be and get away with it. You can be a dude with big old anime titties if you want to be in VR. You can be whatever you want to be, whatever makes you comfortable. Well, to those at least who get it, who have that same groove as those who use the internet that came before. That mindset seems to be similar with a lot of people who really like VR. You can tell those who don't quite get it, though. You can tell the normie crowd who are bleeding in, because there are some people in VR spaces. I will go for one in particular. I don't really like plugging people at this point, because no one knows who I am. That's great. The chap who makes this hoodie, his name's Thrill Seeker. Thrill. And he often sits in VR as a chick. It's a young anime chick. And you can tell the normies are coming in because they question, why is your avatar a girl? To which Thor goes, yeah, I just feel like it. Why not? It's an avatar, who cares, right? Like, what's the big deal? And I think that's what it was like back in the old days of the internet. No one gave a damn. You are what spills out of your mouth. Or back in the day, you are the text that appeared on the screen. You were the quality of your character, not the other stuff that came with it. You know, you didn't have to be a multi-millionaire driving around in a fancy car, you know, or have a daddy with a fancy car to be something online. You could sit there and be equal with all these other people. Like, everyone just could come together, and that was great. That's what I love about this. That there are a group of people who have that same mentality as the old school internet. I say old school internet. Is it really the old school internet? Maybe it's just my internet. My early experiences of the internet. You know, just chilling in IRC, talking crap with people as an equal. There's a whole new generation of kids that, damn, I feel so old sometimes when I go into places like VR chat, because I am an old man compared to a lot of people in VR, man. Like, what's Thrill, like 20, 25, 26? Probably age. I'm 10 years older. I'm 10 years older than most personalities on the internet. I am 10 years older than most of the kids that are probably dicking around in one of these, you know, but they are getting to experience what I experienced when I was their age or younger. And they have the same mindset, and that is beautiful. You are judged on who you are, who you present yourself to be. You can be the best you in VR. Because you don't have to worry about people judging you about the clothes that you're wearing, the colour of your skin, the other fluff. Oh, mate, you live in a skanky council house or something like that. You don't have to worry about that in here. It's just like how I didn't have to worry about that kind of stuff in IRC or in chat rooms. And that's great. Although this is really, really dirty right now. I really need to clean this thing off. I haven't used it in a little while. I need to I've updated all my graphics drivers, so I need to see if I get the 3 dots of death using the Kinect software. I'm really hoping that's just been updated. And this is, by the way, Oculus Quest 2. If you want a great all-round headset, fantastic. I know that there are a lot of people out there who say they don't want the meta stuff, they don't want Facebook. I made a Facebook account with my real name just so I could use this. I don't have to post anything else on Facebook. I just had to have one to use this. And that's not so bad. It's not so bad. For the money, this is a great headset. It's one of the best headsets I own. Probably actually is the best headset I own. A decent sweet spot on the lenses so that it stays in focus. You've got to remember, I've only got one good eye, so I have to have a decent sweet spot to get it to focus. It's comfortable, especially with the Elite battery strap. If you don't want this thing to break, don't ratchet the damn thing really hard onto your head. 1 second. Just get it to cup the back of your head. That's as tight as you need to go. No more. This is a launch battery strap. It's fine. I love it. Just being able to hang out with just random people in VR. I don't have many people on my Oculus friends list or my Steam friends list, like actually directly in VR. Just every time new people. Sometimes I just like to. Sometimes like I just use this for peace and quiet. Just I'll go and find a nice world in VR chat. Just sit down, put my headset on, put some tunes on, and job done. Just get to relax, peace and quiet. Or log into the chaos of an online bar and watch people actually getting shit faced in an online bar. It's not something that I do IRL. I don't drink, but I can do it. I can do it in here. You don't have to worry so much in VR, just like you didn't have to worry when I was younger. I still feel weird being an old man. But yeah, sorry. What do y'all like about VR? Is it just the games? Did you just get into VR for the games? Was it stuff like VR chat? What do you think to Facebook's metaverse, which is Snow Crash? By the way, Facebook couldn't come up with anything original to save the damn lives, I don't think. But hey, Zuck, if you ever want to hang out in a random VR space, yeah, why not? I'm not against it. Facebook they make really cheap headsets that are really, really good. I've got, 4 Oculus headsets, and they're all pretty solid, with the Quest 2 being the best. Excellent gateway to a new space that is yet to be completely ruined by normies, but I can see it going that way. Can still be very Wild Westy, but it's good. It's fun. Maybe I'll see you guys in VR. If you have any trouble getting in VR, let me know, and I'll chat through some steps. It just like I said, it just reminds me of the old days, and that's great. Doesn't matter who you are, what you are. You can be whoever you want to be. Instead of being text on the screen now, you're a random avatar of possibly your own creation or just something you've picked off a shelf because you think it looks cool. It doesn't have to look anything like you, but it can be you. And please don't put your kids in these. Not until they're older than 13. My kids don't get to use one of these until they're 13. Yours shouldn't either. It's fucking annoying for a start. But hope you're well. And I'll see you with a bit of luck in the next one. Not in VR. I'm going to go play Monster Hunter. See you.